All right, so where do we go from here? Well, I just attached the head. I have the proportions where I want them, the thinner front legs, the heavier back legs. And I've already used 5 different sources. I've used, I think, 4 different sources just in the head. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is to get an overall shaped fantasy creature that brings to life the intentions of your sketch as much as possible. So I want to keep improving it. So let me just roughly erase out some of these things. An easy method is using the auto select function option on the move tool, selecting areas and then just doing a rough cut out from the pieces I want to keep. And I'll only clean them up at the end once I know I don't need them anymore. Now this piece, this will show you, I'll show you what I mean. I know I want these legs in these positions overlapping. But now I'll take a 100% opacity, soft eraser, go a little bit smaller with it, and take off that hard edge. And the great thing about these furry Clydesdale feet is that I can give them a bit of a haircut if I need to. And I also don't want to show any of the ground because I'm going to be putting them into my own environment later. So how do we really clean them up? Well, we have to define the edge and how hard that edge is or how soft it is. And we do that with our eraser brush. Really getting used to the opacity of it and the hardness of it and what that means in terms of the visual effect. And if I want to move this layer up, and on top of this layer, for instance, I can do Command right bracket, bring it up and over, and then erase from it there. Take the opacity down. You don't want things to be too perfectly clean or it gives it away that they're 2 different elements. So kind of break it up a little. But you need those overlapping zones. All right, so that's how we'll get these cleaned eventually. The other trick is you can cut it out with your lasso, more or less, like that. Whoops. Get the other side of that. Roughly get the shape of the foot I want. And then use my soft eraser. This time at a lower opacity. And just approximate that shape. And the one thing you don't want are just ghosted hard edges left. Okay, then I have this big piece here that I don't want much of at all in the final. In fact, let's see what needs to show. So it's just the middle of the torso I need, a lot of that overlap. But on the back end, I can erase that out. Along the top, I can erase a lot of that out because I think I'm going to be replacing it. You only keep what you need. So I know I need it in here. So that's where I keep it. Then I can say select inverse and delete. All right, now I liked this hump, and maybe I want to use that. I also had some buffalo reference, like really matted craziness. So I'm going to go back to that. So remember, this process started with a sketch and then got supported by your different references that you found. And if there's one you just really wanted to use and you didn't need it structurally, now we can use it as a transition piece, right? So this is a smart layer. So it's always going to raster up to whatever resolution I need it to be until I cut it out. So that's roughly the size I want, and I want to use some of this mess, especially on the back. It's beautiful stuff. All right, this softness. So I'm going to select around it, duplicate it out. Let's bring it on. It's not quite the right angle, but it's like a nice blanket on him. So now I get to really play with those transform tools. And making it kind of suit my creature. Then I'll selectively erase away, blend it in. I want this to be my own creation, right? I want to use the softness. Take it to 100%. For this project at the end, you want all of your layers to be at 100%. But the soft edges that you need to transition, you would just erase out with that edge control that you need. And one way of doing fur without having to work so hard at it is to just keep a lot of overlapping kind of soft edges on top of each other. So here's another one. And here's another one. Just taking a bit of the edge off so that those come through. I'm definitely taking all the hard edges all the way off, which is why I'm at 100% opacity now. I want to use a little bit of that, so. See how that fur is helping the back there. That's going to help there. That's all lined up. Good. Just taking off the hardest edge, and I'll work from there to transition. Okay, now I'm going to go to quite a low opacity, about 20-25%, and start walking it back, taking out chunks where I don't think it needs to be so matted. You see, now I'm letting different layers peek through, some which are really spiky, some which are really dense. It helps blend all the colors together to do this kind of low opacity. But you still need to know where sharp edges make the most sense. So really creating my own textures here. And because it's all high quality reference, all pretty safe to do, and I start to lose sense of what belongs to what. Even though the colors and the lighting aren't matching yet, we'll be able to fix that. Okay, so that transition makes a big difference. with the little mound. Let's see. Let's see if I can darken this by burning it. And by maybe playing with its levels a little. There we go. It's going to help me bring that into the shape. And then I do the same thing, blending it in. Let's see, that belongs to that horse layer. There it is. And the more layers you can rely on for texture, the less you have to stress about your ideas coming through. All right, so that's looking good. Let's save it. Now, I don't think I need this really at all. Let me turn that layer off. But I do want to look back my original inspiration, that Pokemon, and one thing you can do is actually bring that right into your image, even though it's low resolution. Just, this won't stay in the final. Well, it's up to you. You could leave it in the final if you want. But what do I need for that shape? Well, obviously I need all this stuff at the top. So that I'm going to start throwing that in now. And the goal is today to just know what the big battles need to be. What the big shapes I'm looking for are. Now with this, there are certain pieces I definitely want to use. I really liked these coral flowers. And they're such nice resolution. In fact, I have that one twice. And I knew I wanted to do a lot with that. Do a loose cutout. These are going to be as much of a pain as anything to cut out, but they'll look really nice. So I have my selection, Command J, duplicate it, then turn off the smart layer underneath, and I'm actually just going to delete it for now. And I'm going to keep them all behind for the moment. I can delete this for now too. And what else? How can I build this texture believably? Go. Cut out. Duplicate, Command J, turn off what's behind, and delete.